This is the first time I've seen any of these cards. I'm doing it on my live stream right now. I'm looking at them. Okay, Greedy Partner. Battle Cry. If you're holding another 2-cost card, get a coin. Is this not just better than Mailbox Dancer? For Miracle Rogue? This is just Mailbox Dancer, right? And Miracle Rogue, right? Right? I'm not crazy? Yeah, this has to be a good card. Yeah, this is definitely playable. There's no question this is definitely playable in Wild. Like, straight up, Greedy Partner has to be playable in Wild, because it's just Mailbox Dancer. This is better than Mailbox Dancer. Okay. Line Dance Partner. 3 mana, 3/3. Battle Cry. If you're holding another 3-cost card, summon a random 3-cost minion. I don't know if this is very good. I don't know what you'd run this in, like, maybe Odd Hunter. You know, it's a lot of stats. If you're getting another random 3-cost, 3 costs are pretty decent. I'm going to give this just currently probably a not playable. I don't think this card does much in Wild, all things considered. It's actually interesting, but I don't really know. What was this called again? Greedy Partner. Okay, Line Dance Partner, and then it's going to be another partner card is what I'm guessing. Rowdy Partner. If you're holding another 4-cost card, deal 4 damage. That's interesting. There's a lot of 4-mana minions that deal like 3 or 4 damage. They have really, really awkward triggers, but this is an easy trigger. I feel like this card, yeah, the 3-drop's definitely unplayable. But this one might actually be decent in like or Even Hunter, you know, as like because Even Hunter's really missing out on like some like mid-size burn cards. It's honestly pretty decent. I think this card might be playable actually. Like genuinely. It's actually pretty interesting. Eroded Sediment. If you played an elemental last turn, discover an elemental from the past. Okay, so this is just 3 mana, 4/3, discover an elemental, because it's for Wild. I don't know if you would play this card. Seems like it's just always worse than playing Amalgam of the Deep. In Wild, at least. Because Amalgam of the Deep is, 2/3, but it's 2 mana. I feel like this card's probably not playable in Wild, because you'd much rather play Amalgam of the Deep. But it's still interesting. I like cards that say from the past. It makes me want to play Standard, because I'm like, oh, I love these cards, so yeah. Dang Blasted Elemental, 4 mana, 3/3. Taunt, deal 2 damage to all minions except friendly. Oh, this is a good card. This is really good. For like Elemental Shaman, Elemental Mage, this is crazy. Those 2 decks are really struggle with like Even Shaman, especially because Even Shaman just snuffs out aggro, and then this, it doesn't hit your elementals, so it hits theirs. This is also like 2 mana cheaper than Arcanosaur, which is that really, really bad mage elemental that was a 6 mana 3/3 that dealt 3 to everything. It's 1 less damage, but it's 2 less mana, and it's easier to cheat out because you can play it on like turn 2. Yeah, this card's pretty decent. I will say this actually probably gets played in some form of elemental deck in Wild, because they're printing a lot of strong elementals. And I think Elemental Mage is probably our serious contender. Whelp Wrangler. 2 mana, 2/3. At the end of your turn, get a 1/2 Whelp with Taunt. I don't really... What's the point of this card? I don't think this card gets played at all. It just... The only deck that ever plays this is, like, Taunt Warrior, and there's better Taunt generators, I think. I'm just not really too sure what the point of this card is. I guess that you maybe... I don't know. I feel like this card's probably unplayable. Gaslight Gatekeep! Girlboss! Oh my god! Okay, Gaslight Gatekeeper. 3 mana, Battlecry. Shuffle your hand to your deck, draw that many cards. This is like Finley, but 2 more mana. It doesn't say from the bottom of your deck. So, that's, better, but it's 2 more mana over Finley. Finley is a good card. Finley sees play. So I don't think you're ever playing this card, right? Because it's just significantly worse than Finley. The fact that, like, it doesn't put them on the bottom is kind of interesting, but I don't really know if this card ever makes the cut, honestly. I'm not seeing this card, maybe. I'm not seeing how this is ever very good, to be honest, so I think it's pretty unplayable. Dry Scale Deputy, 2 mana, 2/2 Naga. The next time you draw a spell, get a copy of it. This is good, right? Right? Maybe I'm just thinking from the perspective of Hunter, because Hunter wants a card like this. Hunter likes doubling up or having more, cards. I feel like this card's pretty decent. I don't know. I don't know what this would fit into. It might not be very good, actually, to be honest. It's definitely interesting. I don't know what this is really made for. It seems like just a generic okay minion. It kind of has bad stats, and that might hold this card back, to be honest, is that it's not a 2/3. I think this card's probably not playable in Wild, to be honest. And the last card is sorry. Tram Mechanic. Death 2 mana or 1 mana 2/1, sorry. Death Rattle, get a Barrel of Sludge, Toxic Waste, handle with care. When this is played, discarded, or destroyed, deal 3 damage to the lowest health enemy. What? What? I'm reading this and I'm like, this is a good card, right? Is this not a good card? Am I getting punked? This is 1 mana 2/1. Get OG Darkwong. This is just a nuts card in aggro decks, right? Right? Like, I'm not crazy. I feel like you play this card. I don't think there's any reason not to play this card, right? I'm just so confused. I feel like this card is nuts. Like, am I crazy for thinking that? Like, it's fuel. This also gets discarded. Why is Blizzard making more discard cards? Wait, and if it gets destroyed, so if you play this and have a full hand, it will also deal 3 damage. How would you destroy it otherwise? Without discarding? I feel like this card is nuts, right? I'm looking at these live, so I haven't seen other people's reactions to them, but I feel like this card has to be good. I feel like this card is definitely playable in Wild, like, no question. Yeah, this card is definitely playable in Wild. Yeah, so there you have it. These are all the new cards that came out today on October 22nd at 3 p.m. A lot of these cards seem pretty mediocre in Wild, all things considered. Some of them might have the juice. Some of them might be able to do some things that I can't consider. Because, again, I'm looking at these live. I haven't looked at what other people think of them. But I definitely think that Tram Mechanic is a home run of a card for aggro decks. This card seems kind of nuts. Yeah, if you enjoy, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll check you guys out next time. Peace.